That's right, ladies and gentlemen, live from the Screwball Whiskey Studios, indeed.
Yeah. It's pretty tough.
All up in that Screwball Whiskey Studio. Y'all ain't even ready for it. It is just...
Yeah.
What's about to be coming towards you is just... You're not ready for it. Is so all I'm going to say, man.
That is so hard.
Right. You know? That's how it is.
That's how you should start every. That's how you start a show right there.
For real.
I mean,
that's so good.
We've done it once or twice. So, for those out there listening in the audio world, welcome to you. We are here with the great Cy Young, ladies and gentlemen, back from the dead, famed pitcher Cyrus Young.
That's the one.
Is back, and he has something that he'd like to say to you.
Oh, yeah, I mean...
I'm just kidding. We're not going to put you on the spot like that as the
God,
great pitcher, Cy Young.
He just struck me out, bro. That's exactly why pitchers don't go to bat. That's all I'm saying. You know?
Well, I mean, you know what, dude?
Got a point.
Well, you know, he was Cy Young.
I'll hit my home run later, you know? I'll get the strikeout when it matters.
That's good.
You know what I mean?
So, count the most.
Cy Young, who is actually named after the Cy Young of the Cy Young Award. You guys have heard of that, right?
I would hope.
Right? Oh, I'm not paying attention on the Facebook.
You should.
Bruce has no sound.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. There wasn't a.
Oh, okay, cool.
That was probably when we were.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. I appreciate you, Bruce.
Sure.
Appreciate you, Bruce.
We here, brother.
Appreciate you, Bruce.
We in this.
I didn't mean to throw out the mojo here.
No, you good. You good, bro. You good. As long as it's right, we right.
That's what I'm saying, you know.
But yes, Cy Young, Y-U-N-G on SoundCloud. You should search Cy, C-Y-Y-U-N-G on SoundCloud. And
you will be impressed.
Check out all that stuff. And I would not have known about this young man had it not been for this young man, Brother Vincent Davis, ladies and gentlemen.
How you doing? I'm back. I'm back. How y'all doing today?
So, answer the man. I'm just putting
Hey, put them on the spot. Putting everybody on the spot.
It's just one of those days, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm in a good mood today. I was listening to Tom Waits all morning. It was just...
It's a good day. It's been a good day.
It's so strange that the weirdest things make me feel like... I feel happy with like the weirdest stuff.
Right. It's not hard to please, man. Well, let me say some men can be stubborn and stuff, you know what I mean? But I feel like the easier going ones are just, you know, they love the little things. They enjoy it.
Okay, I can feel that.
You know what I mean? They enjoy the little things.
I see you out there, Tom Hanlon, on the Facebook. I wasn't paying attention to the Facebook chat.
Hello, Tom. How you doing?
What's up, man?
All right, I'm gonna pop out this
chat.
Man,
we're everywhere. We all over this place.
For real.
We in it, man.
I love it, my stuff.
Out here really podcasting and stuff, man.
Right.
That's how it works.
We're excited to be here.
I'm glad to have you, man. So I am also glad that Vincent hit me up to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so you got some pretty cool music that we were listening to a while ago. Yeah. And I was telling you about how a lot of folks who do rap on a local level don't understand like cadence and things like that. You know, like rhythmic flow and like making sure that your voice and how you rhyme is almost like an instrument.
Right.
It is literally like a snare drum. And if you think about like how it's supposed to sound, like if that was a snare drum instead of someone rapping, if it would match the music, and it does very, very well. And I like that a lot.
I appreciate that for sure.
And we're going to be throwing a couple of those songs on at the end of this episode, so be sure to stick around for that.
Yes, sir.
But so what inspires you, man? What's your goal, your message that you're like your mantra almost? Like what's your what are you going after?
I mean, a big part of it is that music for me has always been my escape. And I never knew it was going to lead into me creating music. But it ended up with me creating music, you know, trying to follow a dream, pursuing music.
Yeah.
And very thankful for it. But what I learned all throughout it was basically how to keep my head up through a lot of stuff. And I think that's what a big message through my music that you're going to hear is kind of, you know, the underlying message. You know, I talk a lot about better days and stuff like that, more of like the future and stuff, you know, looking towards the better things. And, you know, my mixtape is titled KYHU, which stands for Keep Your Head Up. And so, I mean, that's just a big thing for me. A big inspiration behind that, you know, was Mac Miller, of course. To me, one of an all-time greats, in my opinion. And
one of the best to ever do it.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, he went through a lot of struggle and stuff like that, and, you know, tried to get his way through it, and you heard a lot about it through his music. And, like, obviously, personally, I didn't know him, so I don't know what kind of struggles, but at least what my interpretations through what he made were being able to get through the bullshit, you know? Yeah, and that's kind of like what it's about for me, is just trying to get through the bullshit.
That's what life is, man.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's like simple. I mean, I guess it's just very relatable. It's just, I hope that with my music, I can help other people get through the bullshit.
And, that's a good thing, man. I know now why Vinny picked you up.
Exactly. That's what I was getting ready to say. So remember when Chippy Gang comes on here, we talk about the same stuff. Like, we talk about basically promoting the good in music, you know? Like, if you have a down day, or if you have one of those, want to have a happy moment or have a good time, you can listen to our music. The same thing with my boy here, you know? So that's why, I actually, we know each other for a long time, since like high school days, you know? So it's the same thing with my, you know, I don't usually like to be around too many people that I haven't known for a long time. And when he told me he was going to start doing music, it was like kind of a throwing thing. Hey, let me manage you a little bit. He was like, okay, yeah, sure. But it was never really something serious until we talked about it for like the second or third time. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start pushing you for real, because
started seeing the work.
That's the main thing. Like, he was putting in a lot of work that a lot of people don't put in. You know what I mean? Like, it's all about that first and foremost, but it's also about, like, I would want to support somebody that supports the same thing that, you know what I mean, that I don't want to put out. You know, like, I wouldn't want to support somebody that is totally different from, you know what I mean, like, from what my whole vision is supposed to be like, you know. So when I saw that he had the same vision as me also, I was like, well, I don't have to completely start making music, but at the same time, I don't want something to be just about me. You know, I want the person that deserves to be heard, whether it's me or somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter if I'm in the spotlight or if somebody else is in the spotlight. As long as the message is getting put out there, that's what matters to me the most, you know?
Right.
So, and when I heard his music the first time, I was like, yeah, this is going to be something that can get somewhere for sure.
Yeah, man, he's definitely very talented, dude. That's strong.
For sure.
So, like, but so that's a really good message that you're trying to, like, do the keep your head up thing, because you don't hear a lot of stuff, and that's one of the things that I complimented you guys on too, is that you don't hear a lot of the positive message in hip hop.
Right.
Maybe there is. I'm not privy to it.
It's not promoted the way it should be. I feel like, you know,
sure.
and I feel like there's people that do it. Like, I'm not saying that we're the only ones that do, you know, but at the same time, it's like if you're gonna be heard, you have to make yourself be heard, you know.
Right.
So it's
That's
like
facts.
It's, even though it's not being promoted like the way it should be, there's still a way to get it out there, you know.
Yeah.
Overall, there's still people that can listen to it and would like probably what he's saying a lot more than what's on the radio these days, you know.
Right.
Or what he's trying to get across a lot more than other messages that's being getting across now currently to everybody, you know. So either way it goes, it's still going to be heard by somebody, you know. At the end of the day, somebody's going to like it and somebody's going to enjoy it.
So, like, you could literally be one of on the forefront of something that's not really being spoken a lot about in hip hop. So, you know, you prepared for that?
I'm just prepared to make music. That's all I'm prepared for. If other things happen, that'd be real cool.
Right.
I just want to make good music.
That's good, man. So how long you been doing it?
Well, all right. So see, that's the thing. It's been like on and off for. I mean, shoot. Back when we were I was 15. Like, we were in group chats, like, sending just, like, raps that we would write to each other in, like, group chats on iPhone and stuff. But, like...
Doing this for a minute.
actually making my first little rap. I did a little freestyle over the So Gone challenge. Have you ever heard of that?
Mm-mm.
It was over this old R&B beat. And so I did that like my freshman year of college.
Yeah.
And a lot of people liked that. You know, I put that on Twitter, you know, got a good amount of retweets, whatnot. And a lot of people liked it. Messed around a little bit, but never really got serious about it still.
And at this time, he would be calling me and like here, you gotta hear this real quick, and playing me beats and like spitting me over the phone. And I'm like, bro, you gotta record this stuff and put it out. Like, what are you doing? Like, this is good stuff. Like, you getting better and better. Like, almost every time I hear you say something to me, you know what I mean? Like, so why not just record it? So in case this song is good enough, like it can affect somebody, you know?
Right.
Like, I guess I don't know. I guess he felt like he wasn't ready for that.
Yeah,
for that at the time,
a lot of
like
it was that, you know, I was really nervous to do it. You know, I mean, the way I was raised, which, like, you know, it was, you follow your dream, which should be working a 9 to 5. You know, going to get a stable job. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm aware.
Which is like, my parents just wanted me to have a very stable life, you know? And that's great. Unfortunately, music kind of rough sometimes, but it's cool, you know. But I do it for the love of the art, and you know,
and that's where it should start out. Honestly,
that's the way I did it.
Be like that. Oh, I love the love.
You know,
of the art.
and it's the love of the art for me. So it's like, if I got to put up with the struggle to make sure I can keep doing what I love, then I'm gonna keep on doing that.
Facts.
Yeah.
That's how you should feel, man. That's how a true artist feels.
But yeah, a lot of it was I did not think I was good enough yet. Yeah. That was a lot of it. I felt like I still needed to like get better before I could put out anything or really record my first song.
But at this time, like, we were already recording and doing music, so I brought him into the studio to do a song with me that still has not been put out to this day. And I don't know when it's gonna come out, but it'll come out eventually. But
one of these days, once it gets cleaned up, once we finish it.
Waiting on him. But anyway,
been working.
I brought him to the studio and we did this song, and he got it right in one take. Like, he got everything, and this is his first time in the studio now, you know. So,
right, I was so nervous. Like, I was shaky.
But
like,
that shows something. That shows something that even in that nervous point, like, still almost a damn near perfect take. Like, we want to try, like, you know. So it's
and I mean, like, as soon as I got behind that microphone, though, it was like my nerves were just calmed down. And it was like, in that moment, I was perfectly, like, in my element.
Yes, sir.
And then after I finished the verse, I was shaky as hell again. I was like, oh, my God. Like, what?
So you feel only comfortable under pressure?
I mean, I wouldn't say that. I would, you catch me on Xbox, that's not the truth. I will fail every time. Listen, no. I would not say that at all. But for some reason with music, there's something calming about, I guess just making it. For me, that it just feels like my element.
It's a release, man. It's the same. I feel like the same thing how I feel. It's a release. It's a release of feelings. You know,
and that was a big moment for me. Was that getting in there and how comfortable I felt, and it was just like, dang, I feel like I could do this the rest of my life. Yeah. And so that's why I really started focusing on it.
That's good, man.
And then I had a lot of other people who were very encouraging. I got a lot of friends who I would freestyle with growing up, like in high school and everything, that are still my friends to this day, like even roommates.
Yeah.
Now, and like they were real big behind it because they always help keep music in the back of my mind. It was always there. I could never forget about it. They would always tell me how good I was at freestyling or something like that. Compared to them, of course. Right, yeah. It's not like I don't think I'm some prodigy or anything like that, but
it's good to have that sort of a support.
Right.
See, but going back to what you said about you'd rather do the music thing. I decided about 5, 6, maybe 7 years ago that I wasn't gonna work anymore. Like, I was just like, dude, I wasn't good at anything, man. Like, I worked at Starbucks for a while. And then I bartended for a while, and just to be perfectly honest, I wasn't ever really good at anything that I ever really did other than music.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna just go pro in this and just see where it takes me. And I'd struggled my ass off for a long time doing it, but like, I mean,
I feel the same
I
way.
still am. I still struggle, but I would rather struggle, you know,
I told myself
than do something else.
I told myself that I'd rather I told myself that I want to have a profession in music. Like that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Whether it's performing or writing something or
making that
managing,
decision is everything.
Like as long as it's in music, like as long as I can be around the creative factor, you know what I mean, and have it as my profession, I'll be okay. You know what I mean? Because that's like I just want to be around music for the rest of my life, you know, because that's what drives me. Like, you wake up every day, what do? You listen to music, whether it's on the radio, on the way to work, something like that. Everybody does, like, whether it's on their alarm or it's music, you know what I mean? Like, music's everywhere, and that's what I feel like gets people through a lot of what they go through, you know what I mean? Like, a person has a down day, you don't just come home and be like by your side, just listen to nothing and be alone and quiet. Like you have to listen, either watch TV or listen to music. You know what I mean? That's the two things you're gonna do. You know what I mean? When somebody comes over to your house to chill, you're gonna play video games, listen to music, watch a movie, something like that. Which a movie has music inside of it. You know what I mean? So whatever you do, you're gonna be involved in music somewhere. You know? I just want to be around creating that process, whether it's no matter what it's doing, as long as I'm involved with it, I'm happy. You know? That's what I said to myself. So. That's why I'm so motivated to where it's like, no matter if it's me or no matter if it's him or no matter if it's like anybody I'm around or anybody I see in the future, you know what I mean? Like if I'm involved with it, I'm happy. That's what I told myself. So
for sure,
especially if it's the positive, especially if it's a positive message, you know what I mean? Like that makes it even better for me. That's even 100 times better for me all the way around. So as long as it's like that, then I'm good.
So where do you think that positive message comes from?
Whoa. Man, I mean like.
Positivity, man. Just vibes. The vibes.
I don't know. I mean, it took going through some real hard times and learning some lessons the really hard way for me to get to this mindset. And it took me a long time of honestly being really damn sad for a while before I finally got myself out of.
What kind of stuff brought you out of it?
Just focusing on something, working on something, feeling, like I was following what I wanted to do finally. Finding myself through writing the lyrics, to these songs and stuff like that, and that's why definitely after this tape, I mean, I put so much into that tape. I mean, so many long nights, so many long. I mean, I have so many other recordings that I just threw away or pushed to the side that he heard, small collect few of other people heard. And then they're all like, wait, we didn't hear any of these songs on the tape. And it's like, yeah, I pretty much changed it all last second. And... Yeah.
So now, do you talk about a lot of the stuff that caused that? Because I've been someone who's always lived with, like, depression all my life. Now, was it something that you've always had, or was it, like... Did that come from something, or?
Yeah, he has a song named "Addict" on his mixtape.
That was actually my next question. It was like, did you what up, Smitty? What up, Hanlon?
And it's basically like that. Yeah, it's like if you heard, you would basically.
So you pretty much tell your story basically.
Yeah, in a couple of songs you definitely hear my story for sure. There's definitely a lot of different emotions and vibes on my mixtape. And
I feel like overall it's a mixtape of like an underdog mixtape. You know what I mean? That's why I can see it as like overall as like the vibe of it, because it's like, okay, like this guy just started making music not too long ago, but just started like really recording and taking it seriously, right?
Yeah.
Comes out of nowhere and like. Not only makes a good sounding, good mixed, and good rhythmic, like good like head bopping tape, but comes out of nowhere with it. You know what I mean? And then tells about like how he's been through all this stuff and how he's coming for what he wants, like out of life, basically. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's more of like a motivational, like just like you said, like keep your head up kind of thing. Like I feel like it's just an overall like kind of like a. Like it looks like a Rocky Balboa story kind of, you know what I mean? Like, but put it into a rap mixtape. That's what I feel like it is, honestly.
Going to battle, baby.
Right.
That's good, man.
That's what I feel, honestly.
But yeah, that's important to like find something to like put your brain on, because my and that's sort of the thing, like we were saying earlier. It's like being an artist just sort of gives you that little bit of extra whatever it might be, like
Right.
whether it just be your brain overworks or you just go through these sad spells or and stuff like that. And I've always had that, like
Right.
my entire life, and it's like honestly just making my relationships improving. What up, Kevin? My relationships improving after I'm realizing that I have this, and like tell everybody, listen.
Yeah.
It's sometimes I'll just be a little weird. Sometimes I'll be a little strange, but
Yeah, for sure.
I'm
That's
sorry.
how life
Don't
gets you.
don't take it personal
Right.
or anything. This is just
How life
this
works.
is just me.
Yeah, that's how life works, man.
Yeah.
Facts.
Do you feel like that, or do you feel like the music has like brought you completely out of that? Because I want to know what that feels like.
I mean, always. I mean, even just recently, man. I mean, sometimes it gets to the point where, like, my room just gets real messy, and then I can't clean it because, I'm a little
You
too...
don't want to start.
Yeah, I'm a little too down to do it. I'm just like, damn, why'd you let it get like this? And then I'm just like, why'd you let it get like this? And then I'm just like, I feel like shit. I'm just going to continue to just play Xbox and forget about it. I mean, but like things like that because I get sad, like I kind of beat myself up about a lot of things, which is just something I've always done my whole life, which I've gotten a lot better about because of music. But yeah, there's always, those inner those inner demons that, still eat away at me.
Yeah, it's gonna
For
mess with
sure.
Absolutely.
I'm not completely this fixed person at all. I don't think anybody's ever completely fixed, and I think that's something that's really important to understand.
Mm-hmm.
That is genius what you just said.
And
You too, Kevin. Thank you.
So I don't think anybody's permanently fixed. Everybody's got their inner demons. I still got them, but this mixtape is how I kind of got through it, and got to the point where I'm at, which is a lot healthier of me.
That's good, man.
And so I love it.
That's good.
I love it.
I call that process finding the snake in the room, because I think I've even said it before with you guys. Like a snake in a room is 1,000% less scary when you see it.
Right.
When you know where it is.
way,
Like if someone says there's a snake in this room, it terrifies you. But if you know where it is, it removes the power of fear.
Right, exactly. True.
So like knowing that thing exists, and knowing that you are going to just be living with this, Dexter calls it a dark passenger. But like you just realize you're going to be living with this thing.
By the way, that show was insane.
Oh, dude, I watched.
I never watched it.
I have a weird
Haven't
thing.
watched Dexter before. That is literally the craziest show.
watch it.
Literally, like it's
bloody.
It's so crazy, bro. Like you gotta watch it.
Dexter's fun.
Once you watch the first season, you're gonna have to watch the next one. That's how it is.
Yeah.
Like seriously.
Yeah, Dexter is one of those
There's
things
like,
where
what,
if you
eight
watch one
seasons?
episode, you'll have to watch.
Maybe
Yeah, I
like
think
8
there's 8
seasons.
seasons.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Damn.
I loved it. But but he called it a dark passenger. It's just once you realize that there's something that you just have to learn how to deal with.
Yeah.
Yes, I call it a monster. I write about it in a lot of my music. Like I call it. I write a lot of dark music.
See, for me in my music, it's just me. It's just myself. I call myself out a lot.
Right.
That's so good, man.
I call
That's
myself
healthy.
out a lot.
He does actually.
That's what I'm saying.
Now that you say that, actually, like you really do.
Like that's what I'm saying.
Whether
I got
whether
to-
it be good or bad, I mean, you do both ways.
I got to a point where I just wanted to stop blaming everybody else and hold myself accountable for what I did. And so, who's better to hold yourself accountable than yourself?
Man, it sounds like I wrote this script for you, man.
Like, I was like, and so that's what...
I'm telling you, dude, that sounds like me.
And that's what I try to focus on. I mean, I got a lyric that in my first song on Potential, it's on my mixtape, I got a lyric that says, "The old me was always a bitch from the start." And like everything else is super hype before that. And then it's almost like I just throw in that random twist and then you're like, whoa, what the hell was that? And it's like,
right, but
I
it's
wrote
like-
that song to call myself out. It's like this person that y'all thought that I was like having this beef with or whatever was me the whole time.
Right, exactly.
Like I wrote, like I did that to check myself.
Yeah, exactly.
And so it's the
That's
things
all,
like that.
that also keeps you grounded as a person too. Like what I mean.
Yeah,
it
it
doesn't
does.
just keep you because it doesn't just make for like good music and keeps you like a good person.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what I focus on a lot.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the world needs a lot more good people.
At least, no, the world needs, period, like a lot more people that realizes that they did something and admit to it. You know what I mean? Or instead of like, because a lot of people won't do that. They'll fight against it. You know what I mean? Or they won't admit it, and then that'll cause for a whole different conflict or a whole different side of a story that's not right. You know? So it just needs that in general. A lot more people that's willing to see themselves for what they did or what they say wrong.
People being honest with themselves and who they are.
Yeah.
Right.
No matter who that may be.
Right. Exactly. No matter who it may be.
And speaking of good people, I put out the other day on the last episode of the podcast, or one before that I didn't know, every podcast has like a name for their listeners, like what they call their listeners. And I've settled on mine. It's the good people.
The good people.
Hey,
I like that.
The good people. That's what the listeners of the MI Stuff podcast are going to be called, the good people.
That's why I fuck with MI Stuff right there.
It's going to be the good people, because every single episode I sign off with, in a world full of shitty people, don't be one of those people. Be a good person. It ain't that hard.
Right.
The good people.
The good people.
I like that a lot.
The world does need more good people. And man, I feel validated in being able to tell the world to be a little better, because I myself have made effort in my own life to become a better person, or just, I think.
That's what it's about.
I think. And I've really been making an effort to try to be a better person in times when I really just don't feel like it a lot of the time, and I'm too lazy to be a good person a lot of the time. I just want to say fuck off and
I feel it.
I mean, I really do. And sometimes when I run out of energy, I will be that person.
Right, exactly.
But I've told those closest to me about that, so they know what to expect,
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I think a big thing to remember, though, is just that, obviously you can't always be that person all the time. Everybody has their bad days.
Yeah.
And people can't get pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
People can't get pissed off and then say, I'm not your friend anymore because you had one bad day.
Right.
And
so this is baseball, son. We talking about Cy Young.
Yeah.
We talk about averages, man.
Exactly.
Talking about averages, man.
I struck a lot of people out. There's a lot of people who got on base too. Nah, I'm joking. I was too good. Not a lot of people got on base.
Oh man. That was the
Cy Young, like the Cyclone.
I know, it's crazy. I'm a rapper. I don't play baseball, right? That's wild, right?
Now, was that a thing? Did your dad want you to be the baseball star?
All right, so I have two older brothers.
Yeah.
And my oldest brother Brandon, he was athletic. I mean, we were all athletic. No, I always have a younger sister.
I was gonna say, is just your brother's name Grover Cleveland Alexander?
No, so my parents tried to go
Ty
ABC.
Cobb?
My parents tried to go ABC. Okay, but my brother Brandon, who's the oldest, came out and they're like, he does not look like an Aaron. Because that's what they were going to name him. They're like, nah, this is not an Aaron.
After Hank Aaron?
Yeah. They're like, yeah, this is a Brandon. All right, so cool, Brandon. All right, Brandon's born. All right, great. So at least that's how I understand the story. And so then Aaron was named Aaron. He's the middle one. I'm the youngest one. I got stuck with the C still, but very fitting because weird name. I'm a weird ass dude, man. That is facts. I'm a weird guy.
Me too, dude.
But God, man, you got me geeked out.
Yo, this is ever since I've known this motherfucker, he's been the most sarcastic. I tell everybody this, the most sarcastic person I have ever met in my life. There is no person I'll ever meet that's more sarcastic than Cy Young. I promise you. There's no person ever. I promise you.
That's facts. Yeah.
I swear. There's not one sentence or two sentences that I can get out of my mouth without him being sarcastic as fuck. I promise you.
I just gotta keep him on his toes, Be ready for the bullshit. But yeah, so my brother Aaron, he played baseball. He was very, very good, played college baseball. Brandon, he was very athletic. He decided to join the military instead. So he went to the military. Me, I was smart. I played sports. I was never really a sports guy. I mean, not that I don't like sports. I love playing sports. but I guess like I was not willing to put in the physical effort to be the best player that I could possibly be. Which like I watch sports and I am just in awe by how much work like that these professionals put in
on every play.
You know, exactly.
Right.
Like at all times, it's crazy, and
So
the training that goes behind that,
stamina.
like it is absolutely absurd, and like I mean that's a whole nother story.
Not only that, the performing in front of thousands and thousands of people, like every single time you play a game. Like,
that wouldn't bother me.
Yeah, but yeah,
more the merrier.
I think my parents both knew that I was kind of going to follow a different path. Yeah. I think that like they didn't know what, and they just kept hoping that it was going to be something stable because they didn't know what the hell I was going to do in my life, And so I come to them with this idea, and they're supportive for sure. Yeah, they understand that I'm doing this for me, which is great. And I think at first it might have sounded like it was going to be kind of a hobby, like. Okay, yeah, you're doing music. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, now I come up with a mixtape, and it's my message. Whatever I want to speak is what I'm going to say. Mm-hmm. And they're very accepting of it now. Right. Let's see how it goes though. But yeah, it was definitely I think a little bit of a shock for them whenever I told them I was going to start music.
I always feel like if you do music and as long as you're true to yourself and like. As long as you represent like who you are, it's okay. Like what I mean. Like nobody can really say anything about it. Like you can't like as long as you like know the person or know somebody and know like what they're saying in their music is literally how they are and what they do every day. Then you really can't speak on it. You know what I mean? Because that's what they do. Like it's who they are. Like I mean. You can't judge. Like, who are you to judge? Basically. What I mean? Because of the way they live and how they do things. Same thing with their music. Like if that's how he is and that's what he does and that's how he feels, then you can't really say anything about it unless you relate to it. I mean, that's the only way you can. No,
it's good. It's good because I mean you're still young,
right?
Right. How old are you?
I mean, I'm 22.
So yeah, you're still like you're still in a position to where it's like
22.
That's
feel old.
Yeah.
That's good though.
I'm 22. I already feel old.
That's good though.
I don't even want to be old.
I felt old my whole life.
I don't even want to be old.
I felt like an old man my whole life, and I really have. But dude, seriously, like just being able to at this point in your life, it's easy to deal with living with the struggle to do what you love to do.
Yeah.
Because. Like you've already started doing that. You've got a leg up on me. I didn't start doing that until I was like, I don't know, 26, I think, 25 or 26 when I started doing that. So like, yeah, you got a leg up on me from starting to like, get my shit together and because I'm new at this. I'm new at getting my shit together, dude. I quit. I was an alcoholic. Like I was a bad alcoholic, and I did drugs and a lot of them. And dude, I don't half-ass nothing. Yeah. Right. Like you see this setup.
Oh, yeah, you see this setup. That's horrible.
You see this setup. This is how I am about everything. Like I don't fuck around, dude. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. Right. And like it was bad. I had problems. Yeah. And 3 years ago, I quit drinking and I quit smoking cigarettes. And after that, I picked up another bad habit and I quit that a few months later, a few months on down the road. And like, dude, I'm new at this in like the last 3 years. I didn't do it until I was 30.
Dang. Yeah. I feel that though. At least you did it though. Some people don't do it.
Almost 30. I was 29.
Some people don't ever do it though. At least you did it. Some people don't ever get their stuff together.
For sure.
Some people don't ever have it
sure.
together. You gotta think about it like that, and you still have a long life to live.
Oh no, for sure. Well, I do now.
Yeah.
I didn't.
True.
But I think I do now. Maybe if I back away from the Taco Bell. But damn, son, yo quiero that bell. I need it.
Man, the cheesy gordita crunch. That's my joint, man.
Dude, that damn toasted cheddar. That did you get the toasted cheddar chalupa, dude? Man,
I don't really eat Taco Bell.
You Mexican, bro.
Exactly why I don't eat Taco Bell. Yeah. Come for me like that. No, I'm joking. I mean, it's straight.
But for real,
sometimes.
though.
It's straight sometimes. I mean, like those sentences. Damn it, Kelsey.
Oh man, no man.
Oh man.
I love Taco Bell, dude.
I mean, all right, it's okay.
I hit that shit at
they
least
sometimes
2-3
got those
times a
apple
week.
empanadas, and those are straight. I like those. Those are cool. You can't really mess those up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Taco
but
Bell's my
I mean,
jam.
outside of that, it's like I don't find anything too special about it. That
the
keeps
first-
me
Oh,
coming.
don't get me. We don't go to Taco Bell for its special
Alright,
for its specialness. We
You
go
make it
because
sound like
You the first person with Mexican blood that I
cheesy
know
gordita
that you
crunch, the cheesy gordita crunch.
listen. You the first person with Mexican blood and this system that I ever known that don't like Taco Bell.
All right, that's fine.
dude,
That's fine.
I love
Weird,
Taco Bell.
Trendsetter.
weird, weird. Like we just said, weird.
Yo tengo la problema.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, that's bad, man. No, seriously, I don't know. If I back away from that, man, maybe that's my next thing. I'm addicted to that now. I'm addicted
I don't know,
to
man. I'm
food.
more of like a Burger King guy.
Oh man, that Bacon
Burger
King,
King's great.
Psh,
Burger King is great.
bro.
Bro, I don't eat, I'm just simple with it
Burger
too.
King's either
tried
on or
it?
off though.
Have you
I'm
tried the
pretty
Impossible
simple with
Whopper?
all of my food.
Have you tried the Impossible Whopper?
Honestly, no.
I think
I
all of them are
haven't either.
Impossible Whoppers.
I stick with like just double cheeseburgers, no pickle. And that's me.
Dude, so you ordered
I
a,
want a burger now, bro.
do you order the same thing?
For real. Hey, should we go? All right. Let's,
We'll be back in 30 minutes, guys. Just leave the podcast with like,
And we're back.
With your music playing in the background, just the intro music. That'd be some shit.
just dip. Oh my gosh.
Nah, but you order the same exact thing from every restaurant you go to. You know exactly what you're gonna get before you get there.
I mean, basically, like if I go to McDonald's right now, it's pretty much going to be 2 McDoubles, no pickle, small fry.
You don't
And-
like pickles, bro?
No.
Dude, I could
It
eat a
depends.
jar
All
of
right,
fucking
but
pickles, bro.
hey, no. Hey, that's different though. That's different.
On a
I don't
burger.
How?
I like quarter cut dill pickles out of the jar.
Like Spears.
Yes, like spear pick. I'll eat them. I love them.
So
they
wait,
taste
like,
great.
You like the sweet ones or
Did you get the
or
zesty garlic? The zesty
No,
garlic.
I just get normal pickles. What are y'all on?
Them
I mean,
zesty
like the,
garlics.
The bread and butter pickles are the best one.
Oh, no.
I can't do the bread and butter,
do
man.
pickles on a sandwich. I can't do it.
I don't like the bread and butters.
I
no,
can't
the
do.
bread. No, the bread and butter is the sweet pickles, like the sweet tasting pickles.
I don't like the sweet.
I'm just saying, in general, pickles on sandwiches is a
You
no
can't
go
do
for
it.
me.
Man, bread and butter is the best
Yeah.
one.
Did I tell you that both of those are to
Yeah.
be utilized for you? By the way,
Oh, I was drinking Sprite it's all podcast. I'm gonna drink some in a little bit then.
I hear. I just
Got that bubbly.
didn't know if I said it. I leaned over here and saw it from the corner and was like, "Did I tell
that
you that those
bubbly.
were for you?" By the way,
Chug it. Just real quick.
Got that bubbly. That's so funny.
kind of LeBron James.
Man, they be going off this season. Have you
Dude, I haven't
been
been-
watching basketball?
Paying
Dude.
attention to anything.
I have been burnt from sports because I'm a Braves fan, and we got
Ouch.
it was just not.
Ouch.
Yeah, it was not good. I didn't even. I love baseball. Like I'm a nerd about
Dang,
baseball.
So that's why when he came around and said his name, you were like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
snap.
You know what's funny is I didn't say a
so.
word until we got on air either. I didn't even mention it. I was like Cy Young, and he was like the baseball player, and I was like, yeah, I like the baseball player. I know all about it.
Yep.
Dude, I'm a baseball nerd. Like I really am. But dude,
I feel that.
I got so upset because I'm such a baseball nerd. I know that we're better than both of the teams that played in the division in the championship series.
Washington took it home. Man.
We're better than Washington. Dude, you know we beat Washington every single series we played them during the regular season. And swept them twice, I think. And the car, dude, I mean, I'm already getting started. But
I'm sorry.
but dude, I know so much about it statistically
That's
that
you.
we just had one really bad inning
And then
of 10 fucking runs.
I forgot that.
10 runs in one inning.
That's
But you know what? I'd almost rather lose like that if I was going to lose, because if it were close, it would have been worse, I think.
Yeah, I feel you knew you were gonna lose, but then
Yeah. I knew I was going to lose before the game went, like, yeah.
That's probably the best way to lose, honestly. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It is.
but still.
Because I mean, you were thinking about it the next day, but if you would have got heartbroken, you probably would have been crying about it all night.
Oh, bro, I didn't see. Baseball is one of the few things that makes me cry. If I'm ever in a situation where I have to cry at will, that Field of Dreams speech, bro.
Dang, what is this?
I don't know, man. Coach Carter.
The constant has always
Coach
been
Carter.
baseball, Ray. People will come.
I can't think what if a sport makes me cry.
Oh, man.
I think a sport makes me cry when somebody gets injured.
Nah, man. I mean, for me, it's just like an inspirational movie behind that sport. Like,
Nah, honestly, when somebody gets injured, I cry. Like when Kobe Bryant got injured,
Oh, man.
I cried.
I don't know if I
I'm pretty
cried
sure
about that. I mean, I feel really bad.
When Dwayne Wade got injured, I cried. When Derrick Rose got his ACL turn, I cried during that too.
See, that
I shed a tear.
that doesn't bother me so much as like,
But no,
I'm like, ew.
But the thing about injuries, like in sports, I feel like they're never gonna come back the same. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like I watched a guy be so good, and then this injury happens. It's like you're never like that good again.
Yeah, I mean, I hear that. I love seeing the like stats. Like when I witness history, when the Chicago Cubs won the World Series, I cried like a baby.
Really?
Yeah, because dude, Chicago Cubs win the World Series, and I mean, you know what got me is they showed a picture of Bill Murray. They did a flash of Bill Murray, and he was just head in his hands, just sobbing.
Really?
Huge Cubs fan, and he finally got to see him win the World Series. Dude, I was, crying my eyeballs out. I cried last year when the Braves won the division for the first time. Ronald Acuna set it up under a beautiful fly ball and caught it and threw his hands up, and like I just look at it right the fuck now, dude. Thinking about that shit. I love baseball, dude.
Dang.
Like I leaned up against the wall and just like sobbed.
Oh, damn.
I love baseball so much. It should have been us. It should have been us. It was our year.
You would have been bragging the whole year. You would have been tearing a new one, and everybody that wasn't a Brave fan, you would have been tearing a new one. On your man, you would have.
But no, I'm not boastful because I'm an Alabama fan.
So y'all went there. Yeah, okay.
I can't be boastful.
I guess so. Yeah.
I'm an Alabama fan.
Yeah.
Like it's not fair.
I can't boast. I'm a Carolina fan. I can't boast at all.
Hey, at least you beat Vanderbilt by 3 touchdowns.
I can't say anything. I don't even have a team.
Can't.
Bro, like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't even keep up with sports like that. Well, I mean, like basketball, I gotta call the Bucks.
Talking about Carolina baseball now.
Milwaukee?
College baseball, we won that.
I know y'all talk. I mean, like,
for sure.
But not football.
But just like sports in general, man. Like I don't even got teams anymore, bro. Like that's how little I keep up.
Good.
Excuse me, sir. Do you have a moment to talk about the Alabama Crimson Tide?
I can talk about them. We can chit chat about them all you want.
Man.
I won't remember a thing about it though.
No, but I sort of, I don't know what it is. Like I got a weird memory for music. Anything I watch, like video or anything I hear on a podcast, I'll pretty much remember facts about things that I learn on shit. And
I feel that.
If I see a stat, I'll remember it.
My mom tells me that, like she told me that in high school that if I would put what I was studying into a song, I would memorize it easier. Cause I memorize every song that I listen to, and like second time listening to it, I can listen to a song maybe 3 times and hear it again like later down the line. Hear the intro of the song and know exactly what song that you're about to play. Like
You know my lyrics?
Bro, I know most of them. Probably
That's
do.
a test.
Bro.
You know my lyrics, bro?
Is that
do.
how do you feel about that? People knowing your lyrics?
Oh, it's so weird. It's so it's so weird, man.
You playing on that?
It's so
like that.
weird.
Now
like,
they start spitting this lyrics randomly.
I listen to my songs a lot because I surprise myself that I just made that a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of the time. Every single time almost. Like this tape, I've been bumping the hell out of it.
Yeah.
Every single morning. I got a couple songs that just really get me in that mood mood where I'm like, yeah, I'm about to take over the day, and then
Go.
I'm still lazy. But I felt like for a moment I was gonna do something.
Yeah.
But for that moment, that song made me feel really energized, and so
that's what matters.
that's
what matters.
But
bro.
yeah, it gets really weird whenever my friends, there's like rapping along to my songs or something like that.
Man, just imagine
it's just weird.
seeing a crowd or something like that. Yeah.
Because it's kind of like a preview of what I'm hoping happens,
Right.
and just in a lot larger of an
Just the beginning.
audience.
Just the
beginning
beginning.
on,
Just the beginning.
It's just, yeah.
Just the beginning, man. A lot more to come.
That's good, man. I will say this is very important to keep your eye on where you want to go while also understanding where you are.
While also taking those little steps.
And I will tell you, dude, like, that's the most fun that you'll ever have is in those years when you're knocking the edges off of stuff. Like when you're still being shaped. When what was it? Michelangelo did David, right? Wasn't that Michelangelo, or was it who did that? Whoever sculpted the statue of David
I don't remember who did.
would go and look at it every day, and it was just a giant marble slab. And he was like, David is in there. We just have to, when you're in that point of knocking edges off and figuring out what works, and that's the most fun of the entire journey. It's like, a video game when you get to the end, the most fun part was getting there.
You're right.
Dude, you're in the most fun part right now.
Yes, sir.
Dude,
Yes, sir.
whether it feels like it or not, you're in it.
Yeah, bro.
Dude, enjoy every second of it because because it'll get there, man, and it'll become exactly what you want it to be if you keep your mind on it.
And it'll feel good. It'll feel good learning from it too.
It makes me appreciate the little things a lot. I appreciate the little things a lot more, especially whenever it's not like I can go spend a couple $1,000 to go get some real nice clothes or something like that. You kind of have to appreciate the little things a lot more because you can't
1,000%.
You can't go get a bunch of crazy big things to keep you happy.
Right.
And not even that those crazy big things should keep you happy, but just like what you can do for yourself
At that
is
time,
limited.
right.
It's very limited.
Yeah.
So you got to find your happiness somewhere else in that time.
Right. Exactly.
Right. Absolutely. That's how that's very, very much how I do things too. You have to figure out what you need to keep homeostasis in your brain.
Yeah.
To keep everything
For sure.
Yeah. Wavy. Yep. I feel
well, not wavy. Well, yeah, I guess wavy. Yeah, I guess so. But to keep everything like level.
Yeah.
To keep everything from topping over, man, you have to figure out your thing, whatever that may be. And I got to the point to where I did the music thing for so long to where I needed something aside from that to do, which that's where this came in.
That's right.
And like this is just giving me the vessel to talk about the shit that bothers me, so I'm not taking shit out on people in my life.
Right.
Because I'm bad about that, man. I'm the worst at that.
Think people are taking stuff out on people in your life.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I mean that, but hey, they're around the most probably. That's probably why they're there.
Well, yeah, I will say that I have really done very well about correcting that and realizing that I do that.
Right.
So instead of taking out things that I have going on in my life on them because they're those closest to me,
But I feel like that's
I do that here.
Right. I understand that, but I feel like the people that surround you in your life are like also put there in certain situations for you to like
for
be
sure.
able to do that too. And
A lot of buffers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like I have an older brother and I feel like that's like if I basically it's basically like the people that if they don't tell you that you're doing something wrong, they don't love you. Basically, you know what I mean? So it's basically kind of that kind of thing. Yeah. If they'll tell you that you're doing something wrong, they don't care.
And it's also very important to be receptive
of that
to that.
They're doing. Yeah, exactly.
They're not saying this because they're better than you or anything. They're just they care about you.
Right.
That's something I was literally just talking to you about.
Right.
I literally just talked to him about it because whenever we have to talk about something, music related or whatever, I'm pretty much always going to rebuttal.
Yeah.
I'm probably pretty much always going to play devil's advocate because I want to know that we're making the best decision possible.
That's smart.
And
That's
you know,
good.
and I told him, I was
exactly.
like, if that makes me difficult, I'm about to be difficult as hell.
You're right.
I was
Yeah.
like, I'm about to be so difficult, and it's going to really get on your nerves. I was like, but don't get mad whenever I'm coming back with a different scenario or something like that that's going against what you said.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I'm just brainstorming, and that's what we
Right.
have to do.
Yeah, and I told him, bro, we're just having a music conversation, bro. A business discussion.
Explaining how
Yeah.
your brain works is key in any partnership.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Explaining how your brain, because everybody's brain works different,
Right.
and
Oh,
that's
yeah,
just
facts.
literally you saying, "Hey, this is how my brain works." I'm just
Right.
letting you know.
Right.
Yeah.
This is what you're dealing with. So
Yep.
heads up.
Exactly. Yep. I mean, but
Keep your heads
I
up.
feel like it helps that
Right.
I feel like it helps that me and him knew each other for so long. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that helps. Like, okay, well, I know I deal with Sai. He knows I deal with me. So
Yeah.
it's basically like So I'm just like, yeah, I already know what's coming.
That's true.
That's good though that y'all already had the relationship and
Yeah.
and the fact that like I don't know. As soon as you told me that you had started managing artists, I was like, of course you did. We just
Yeah.
I don't know. I
right?
see that, and I said that I was going to say this to you on the podcast, but it's time for you to start your podcast.
Right, exactly.
And what we're going to do now is come up with a name. What are we going to call it? Shit. Because
The Trippy World.
Trippy World Podcast.
I put hashtag Trippy Inc.
Trippy
on
Inc.
The Trippy World.
on the thing.
Really?
But-
I like that.
But seriously, you have to figure out something to call it, but you absolutely have to start
How'd
it.
you come up with MI stuff? It's like a simple but good name.
The first is this started as a sports podcast, and it was Merle's Inlet Sports Nerds. So the email address is misnerds@gmail.com. So I had everything at MIS Nerds.
Right.
I've stopped doing the sports podcast for a little while, and then I just started doing regular interviews, and then it became the Merle's Inlet Stuff podcast because Merle's Inlet Sports Nerds. I needed something for the S.
Right.
So I said Merle's Inlet Stuff. And then Tyler Brown, who made the logo, the art for the podcast,
Right.
said, "You should do. I've listened to your podcast, and it's not not about Merle's Inlet. It's more about you. Like you're just talking about, telling your stories and talking about things you've done. So why don't you call it the MI Stuff Podcast, but just call it the My Stuff Podcast because it's my stuff?" And I was like, "Yeah, I guess I could do that." So
dope.
then I started calling it the My Stuff Podcast, and then people couldn't find it because they were typing MY.
MI.
So I was just MI Stuff because I'm in Merle's Inlet.
Right. And it works both ways.
But
dope.
see, the thing is like I've got
That's dope.
the Merle's Inlet part has nothing to do with it anymore, just
you're
because I've got listeners from
Everywhere.
Switzerland, Ireland,
Hey,
all
shout out. Check me out on SoundCloud. No, I'm just
like all over. Oh no, seriously, there's like there'll be
gotta throw that in there real quick.
Cy Young, YUNG, CY space
I am not getting
YUNG.
sued.
Have you reached 400 yet? Last time I was here, you
Not
were just
yet.
at 400, right?
I'm at 350 though, halfway there,
Hey, yeah,
halfway
We
there,
can get you-
350
we can
something.
get you there, man.
354
We
is
can
what
get
it
you there.
says right here.
Yeah, there you
We can
go.
get you there.
That's good.
400 is going to be coming soon.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to get you to 5. Let's reach 5.
Dude, we can get 5. I just want to get to 420. That's my next big that's my next big threshold. We can get to 420.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
That's my thing.
The celebration.
Yeah, but see, by the
420.
time we get to 420, I hope not. I hope it doesn't take that long.
For it to be at 420.
Oh no! I hope it doesn't take that long for pot to be legal. So because I'm telling you, like, dude, I'm just saying that once weed is legal,
On 420 on your
once
podcast.
no, once weed is legal in South Carolina, and I'm telling y'all, I think I've said it before. I've said it. How long ago has it been since y'all came on the
I think
podcast
it's
first?
gonna take a minute.
First time.
I'm gonna explain to you why.
A year, I think.
About a year.
So am I gonna
about
be
a year.
So
blown?
about a year ago, I'm telling you how this is gonna happen, and I'm
Our friends
not.
have intelligence.
About a year.
I'm not saying this as how I want this thing to happen, but I'm saying this is exactly what's going to happen. I'm going to call it Donald Trump is going to federally decriminalize marijuana about 2 months before the election.
So he can get
all of the young votes.
Bro. That'd be a smooth
I still
ass
ain't
tactic.
voting, but that'd be cool.
Listen, I don't know.
I guarantee that is the way it's going to go. I'd almost bet, I don't know, I'd bet dollars on it. Just because I know for a fact that is the ace in the hole. And it's all, dude, they're already decriminalizing mushrooms in Denver and other places.
They made cocaine.
Oregon.
They made cocaine legal somewhere. Like it was like somewhere overseas, but was it Mexico? Not Mexico. It's somewhere they made cocaine like legal, like legally.
Well, there's I think
that's
in
crazy,
like Lithuania or somewhere like that, all drugs are legal.
What?
Like there's all drugs are legal, and this is the thing: the crime rate is non-existent.
Damn.
I have a very weird like a Joe Rogan philosophy on that, to where I think everything should be legal, man. I mean, I know that this sounds harsh for me to say, but if people want to do these things, then
Let them do it.
let them do it. And
Dude,
what does
I
that?
mean, it's almost natural selection.
I'm right. I mean, I'm sorry, but I know that's a harsh thing to say,
I guess, yeah.
but it like give them,
Dang, yeah.
give it to them and
That's rough.
and find out. Like, here's the thing: if everything is legal, then everything is regulated.
You're right.
Everything is regulated by something.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean,
someone's always going to mess with it, though.
oh, for sure. Like, there's always going to be that.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, in the same vein as that, we're gonna still go buy the bottled water at the store rather than buying this bottle of water this guy filled up himself. Even though that's kind of what I did in tankards. But still, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
I'm just. All I'm saying is that, and I don't care. All I want is for pot to be legal. Once pot is legal, I'm gonna be a Joey Diaz motherfucker up in here with a GB, and
Yeah, that'd be the best podcast ever.
dude, I mean, that's what it's gonna be. And we're not long from it. That's why I was saying, just hang. We're not far, man.
It's not far. Yeah.
We're not far. Just because you let these,
Bro,
these
it's
old,
legal in Washington. Weed's legal in Washington.
It's legal in DC. Like, shout out Obama. Dude, seriously, man. But like, it's legal in DC. It's legal to grow hemp here, and once these like representatives of South Carolina see how much money we're making from textile hemp, bro.
Right.
You talking about the climate we got down here, and dude,
It's
you know what I've been
perfect,
doing,
honestly.
dude. We went to Boone not long ago and drove through my hometown of Bennettsville, South Carolina, and that's like Marlboro County for like the tobacco Marlboro. Like, I'm from Marlboro County,
Right.
and dude, there's a lot of barren fields, man. A lot of empty fields. Like, most of them used to grow corn and cotton. Now it's mostly just soy. Dude, you legalized marijuana, South Carolina would blow up, dude. Just our climate here. It's not as swampy and wet as Florida. It's perfect here.
Columbia and Myrtle Beach would be crazy tourist
Oh,
attractions.
bro. They legalized gambling. Myrtle Beach is going to be Atlantic City in 5 years.
Charleston, Charleston, you can smoke, you can lie at CBD joints and walk down King Street in Charleston. Like, what? That's literally this far away from smoking, like, basically a joint, literally this far away. Like, so
Right.
I don't know.
That's the thing. It's not going to matter because it's losing the connotation to where people who smoke are just lazy losers.
Right.
Because it's not true.
Right. Man.
It's not true.
Man,
We get money.
So many successful people. So many successful people in the world smoke marijuana. So many. They just don't know it. Like, literally.
Dude,
so many successful people.
It's just a sort of. It's not important anymore.
Crazy, right.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But that's how it's going to happen, dude.
It better happen like that.
You can mark my words. He's gonna. Donald Trump is gonna legalize it. He's gonna.
I don't know if that's going to get him enough votes, though. I mean, like, I don't know. I don't really talk politics a whole lot.
Oh, no. I don't either.
Okay.
Especially on here.
Yeah.
I'm just
People are picky with that stuff.
I'm just saying that's
what's gonna happen.
yeah.
No.
I'm not saying that and then not get all the votes. I'm just saying that that's what that's where his brain is going to be.
I get you. I get that.
And
that's where
if that's where his brain is,
about.
then that's a good spot for his brain to be. Like I support that brain decision.
That's
He should definitely make.
Dude,
make
I'm
that
saying, man, dude,
happen. He should definitely make that happen.
It's we're so close. We're just that's all there is to it. We're very close.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
One of these days, we'll have a celebration where you just wake up one morning and they say,
oh yeah, one of these days.
Carolina
Think about that.
Legalized
One of these days we're going to get a notification
on our phones.
Bloomberg, Donald Trump federally decriminalizes marijuana.
Wait, hold on. Wasn't there supposed to be a vote on whether to make it legal or not in South Carolina? What happened to that? Like, wasn't there supposed to be a vote?
Well, there's a ballot. There's every single time you vote, there's like a thing like if it were on the ballot, would you vote for marijuana legalization? And yes. Last time I voted, it
was on there.
Yeah, it was saying like if there were a ballot. Like, so I think that last time they were just kind of feeling out like what would it be, how would it turn out if we were to do that.
Gotcha.
So I was like, yes, I'd like hit that bitch like 3 or 4 times. Let's see if it'll work. I only get counted for 1 though.
Why they test drive it instead of just doing it?
Yeah.
That's messed up. They should have just did it.
They should just did it.
Should have instead of test driving it, should have just did it. Cause then you can control. Okay, well we'll do this later, and it'll be the same outcome. So we'll just like postpone it. But instead of just doing that, you could have just did it right then and there.
Yeah, dude, that'd be just the best. That'd be just the best thing. That'd be the best thing that could happen. And dude, I don't even care. I don't even care after that. I don't care who wins because the president ain't nothing but a puppet, dude. The president is a puppet.
Goes behind
the president, and you know what? The president is just something to take the attention off of what's really going on
behind the scenes. Yeah,
and who better right now
than Donald fucking Trump?
I mean, to take the attention off of what's really going on,
which is aliens.
Which is they are here.
Do you think it's Area 51, man? They're plotting.
Okay, have you seen that video of the guy who the Tic Tac alien? Little alien shit. Have you seen that?
No.
The Navy guy who took the video.
I haven't seen it.
It was a Navy guy who I think it was 2011 or something like that. He took this video from a Navy like airplane, like a Navy plane, and they had this thing on their radar and got video of it, like a lot of video of this thing. And this dude, like, he was on Joe Rogan's podcast recently. He flew his plane right up to it, and when he was about to get close to it, it literally just disappeared and appeared miles away. Like it disappeared on the radar and popped up elsewhere on the radar. Like there's no way that this thing, like the speed that it would have had to,
it teleported.
Yes, it teleported.
What?
And dude, this dude was on Joe Rogan. He's like, I mean, a high-ranking military official.
Damn.
And he was on the podcast talking about following this alien thing around and shit. So I mean, here's the thing: how conceited is it of humans to think that it is just us right? In this vast? Yeah. Every single star you see out there has
something going on.
Yeah.
I think it all depends on what you believe in.
True.
I mean, like.
Okay, but no, I don't know though. Even if you believe in anything, you can't think that there's only habitation on the Earth. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I just think that's a conceited thought.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. It's and the thing is, like, the Milky Way is one galaxy, right? Like, maybe there's more galaxies in the world. Like, you know what I mean?
No,
like,
there are.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
oh, dude, there's so many.
Yeah,
right.
No, there's a lot of galaxies.
Yeah.
There are more galaxies than there are grains of sand on the beach. Like, there's just
galaxies.
See what I'm saying?
But there's no aliens, dude. It's just us.
Here's the thing. Here's something to stretch your brain out a little bit. What if it is only us, but in different galaxies,
Like
we
alternate-
exist in different stages of our civilization?
Oh,
That'd be
yo, I'm
crazy.
trying to go to the Renaissance. Yo, I'm trying to go to the
That'd be
Renaissance.
crazy.
Yeah.
But
That's
stoner thought of the
But
day.
wait, like, do you think that would history repeat itself though? Like, you think that it'd be a different every? Like,
Me
every-
personally-
like some Assassin's Creed type stuff where you go like relive like past lives.
Yeah, my personal belief
cool.
on that is like existence and the universe is like a jawbreaker that is constantly pouring layer after layer over itself. And that we exist in one layer of the jawbreaker. But every other layer of the jawbreaker also has an existence that we are all a part of.
Right.
And I think that every now and again, certain things blend together or bleed through from another side. Like, for instance, in this other world, in this next layer of the jawbreaker, instead of being a musician and a podcaster, I'm a carpenter
Right.
and a cabinet maker or something like that.
different
You know, like
decisions throughout life.
just something little different. Like, and or instead of being
From South Carolina, you're from somewhere else.
from Lithuania or wherever, you know, right? It would just. And you would still have all of your friends, every single person, and every single experience that you have had would still have happened. It just would have happened in that.
I feel like that's happening now, though. In this
That's what I
world.
think.
Yeah.
Alternate universes. I
Yeah.
believe in that for sure.
Because they always say like there's always like 10 people that look just like you and act just like
Oh,
you.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like it's the same thing now. I feel like it's the same thing.
Uh-oh, you sound like you got a big thought on that one.
I don't know, man.
It's like one.
I think it's just this, and this is all we get.
It's only one Cy Young.
I feel like this is kind of like just purgatory.
Oh yeah, that's
I
all
feel-
life
I feel
is.
like this is purgatory.
Of course.
Depending on what we do, decides on where we go. But I think that, like you're saying, like you just got that different belief of where we go after this, which is those kind of parallel, like, right?
Sort of. I think that we create our own afterlife. In my
Okay.
own, like now, I'm a Christian. I'm not gonna. I mean, I'm gonna say I'm a Christian, and I do believe in an afterlife. But I believe that, and I've read the Bible. I think the Bible describes this afterlife that you create on your own. Like you decide where you go according to your where when you're dreaming, your dream world. I think that your dream world is you slipping into that void that you will then go to whenever this shuts down.
I ain't trying to go there then.
But dude, this is the thing. Your
Right,
dream world is
some
all in your
hell.
head, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
that
could
shit-
be whatever you
Exactly.
want it to be. You can be whatever
Listen,
you want it to be.
you are in complete control of that
Nah,
universe.
that's the thing is that like
It is all yours.
I've been in some dreams where I come to the realization where in the dream I say, wait, this is just a dream. You can snap out of this if you wanted to. I'm like, hey, Sai, wake up. And it's like I'm literally talking to myself inside of my head in the dream saying, Sai, wake up. And then I can't wake up and then some crazy shit happens and then I'm not ready for it.
Well, that's when you have you ever the next time you're dreaming,
God, that's a bad dream.
dude,
That's a bad
That's a bad
dude.
dream.
Next time you're dreaming like that, come to the realization within the dream that you are dreaming, and once you get there, then
Make
be like,
whatever you
listen,
wanna make it."
I am in control of everything here. Everything here bows to me.
Right. True.
Dude, I'm telling you, I've done this sometimes, but sometimes my dreams get it. All right, so I feel, all right, like I'm a little bit kind of, I guess, connected to that spirit world a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit more than some other people.
I hear that.
Okay. Now, does that mean I see dead people? No. But have I seen ghosts a little bit more often than other people? Absolutely. Do I have dreams that are super intense and like freak me out that feel like they send me messages? Absolutely. And so I guess like,
But you're more
Yeah.
powerful than all of them. Because you have life. That's the trick. That's how it works. I got the same thing, bro. It sounds like I'm listening to me talk. I'm telling you.
I don't know.
You're the most powerful being amongst all of those things you mentioned.
Okay, so what about creation then? Okay, so if life is what gives you the power,
spark.
If life is what gives you the
The
power,
all spark.
Yeah,
would you
all the
now
gems
saying
of
a
all the
Christian
things.
now like I said, I just like to play devil's advocate.
No.
Okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm not one of those
all right,
weirdos.
Cool. All right, great. I just don't want anybody to get offended. So
I'm very unorthodox Christian.
would you say that like God is also alive, even though he's not physically here? Like, what would your definition
Yes.
of life be? And if he's alive, how do we have power over the spirit world? Because he's technically kind of a spirit. He's not a physical being.
Because
yes,
we
his
have
spirit
been
is-
given free will, they have to answer to him.
What about the ghosts that are stuck here, though?
We have power over them. You have life.
But if
Yeah,
they have
I
to
feel
answer to him, why are they still here? Why are there still things that are out there searching for
knows?
something?
Who knows with that?
Bang.
Who knows with that? But no, like it could be see that those things. I don't want to. The answer to that is that there were, if I want to go Christian on it, that there were demons that were cast out of heaven who tried to rebel against God. Now, that is the Christian answer. My personal answer is that there are just some things that might not be done here, that might not move on.
That's
There are
where I
just
think so,
certain
too.
things that just might have
where I think
trouble
so, too.
slipping through to the other side.
Right.
Or there could be certain things that happen on this side that hold up. Did you watch Harry Potter?
No, not really.
There could be something that happens on this side that holds a piece of that person here in a certain point in time, stuck in a place. And
It could still be God,
That's
though.
terrifying.
It could still be God, like not
could be
allowing
God.
them
See,
to
I'm-
move on because of something that they have undone or not finished while they were
Yeah.
been here. It could still be that kind of way.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's not a possibility at all. I think though that out of all of those things, we are the most powerful, even from a Christianity viewpoint. When God created Adam, He gave Adam dominion over all of the beasts that roam the field and all of the seeds bearing fruit. He gave Adam everything on this earth.
Until he ate the fruit, which he did eat the fruit.
He didn't take that away from him. He just told him his punishment from that was that he could never walk in the Garden of Eden again.
But he still
But
had.
then
He had to roam the earth, and everything was difficult for him. That's why women's childbirth hurt. Like that's why that's the biblical answer to all of this. I'm not saying that I'm just saying that's
yeah,
the biblical
no, for
answer.
sure, yeah.
But that is all of that stuff is pretty much God has already punished the serpent even to roam the earth on its belly. And I know that this is, and I'm big enough to know that a man wrote the Bible.
Yeah.
Like a man wrote the Bible, men wrote the Bible. They yes, I believe that the Bible was compiled that way for a reason, and I've read the entire thing a couple times, and it's pretty much the secret of the Bible is it's a parable. Jesus was the key to the Bible. Jesus spoke in parables. Why would the Bible then not be a parable? So when you read it like that, it becomes more like a guideline, a suggestion to live by rather than a rule book.
A rule book, right?
You know, and I believe that anything that exists on the other side that slips through, that's what I mean by the jawbreaker theory. Sometimes those things that happen are not ghosts at all. They're just us at different points in our journey.
And if you think about it, like you saying that the Bible is a guideline. It's a kind of a guideline to be a better person.
Right.
Like,
100%. It's just a morals.
It's not like
Yeah,
You know
I've
what I mean?
definitely said that to people that
Yeah.
like necessarily like you don't have to necessarily believe in like the Holy Trinity and everything like that, but
Right.
like everybody should at least read the Bible
Right.
like
Yeah.
once, and
Yeah,
like you can take the whole
definitely.
religious aspect out of it.
right.
I think
and,
it's
like,
smarter to take the religious
Right.
aspect out of
You
it.
know,
Right,
and then
exactly,
literally just
right.
read it for the lessons that it
Yes.
has, because you can really learn to just be a good person.
Right.
Like it is,
And,
it
what,
is
and
an
what's
educational
wrong
book.
and what's right. I think you know what I mean. Like what's too far and what you should do. You know what I mean. Like I feel like
Yeah.
that's all like
Well,
fair.
see,
You
now-
know?
And
Now,
most
you-
people judge the Old Testament too, but Jesus changed all that. He changed the rules when he came.
Yeah. Now, so I mean, I am a Christian as well. I mean, I believe in God, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, but I play a lot of devil's advocate. But I think that I do that a whole lot because I feel like those small debates and stuff like that, where you get someone else's viewpoints and everything,
Right.
They matter. They
that's
matter.
what helps build your
Your
truth
character,
to better,
right.
Yeah.
you know, like
Question yourself.
Right.
exactly. And yeah, so I
Back
so I
to,
do
back
that
to,
a
back
lot.
to your music, man.
You know, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Back
And
to the
shit.
music.
I check myself. No,
Yeah. Back to the music, man. Right back to that.
No, but that's a real deal, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's a real thing. I like to talk about the spiritual stuff because I'm the
yeah, it's
same
all
way,
around.
man. I'm a
it's all around.
but I provoke the thought of the dark spirit thing. Did you ever watch Death Note?
Yeah. I watched that. No.
Dude, I feel like I got that. Did you watch the anime or the movie?
Both.
No, never.
I watched both.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like
you watched the movie.
I watched both.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I've got that going on. Like I've just got a darkness that's latched onto me that I will carry with me forever. And that darkness that is in all actuality me, myself, just the dark side of me is scarier than anything else that could muster up in any dream I've ever had. And once I realized that, everything changed.
Right. Exactly. True.
Then you have all the power of everything in your dreams. And once you realize how vast that world is,
So vast.
it's like, okay, I won't mind
It's
going here
crazy.
at all when it's all over.
It's crazy. You can't have.
Oh, it's interesting, for sure.
You have 3 dreams in
I
one
think it's
night.
great.
You
Yeah.
really have 3 dreams in one night.
You know,
Yeah.
they say
And
that
it's
if
different
you,
for everybody, you
if
know?
you stop smoking weed, that you'll have a lot more dreams.
Yeah.
It's just hard to dream when you're stoned.
You do. I've once I was doing this study with MUSC where like you were taking these pills or whatever that has been they were like already FDA approved to help you stop smoking apparently. Like just normal nicotine products.
Yeah.
And so they were trying to see how it would relate with marijuana. And so, you know, I was doing it, and they said that the pills could have been it, but also that the pills themselves could amplify the more dreams that you were having.
Oh, shit.
And dude, oh my God, I had some of the craziest dreams. like, and some of them were very terrifying. Like, and that's why it's like those were some of the dreams where I was over here saying, "Sai, you're in control of this," you know. And I'm just like, "Hey, like, all right, change the dream now." And then the dream's not changing. I'm like, "All right, cool, let's go ahead and just change the dream now." And then the dream's still the same. And
Oh,
it's
man, that's
like,
some Stranger Things shit.
Yeah,
dude, that's really what happens. That's seriously what happens.
You got
though.
putting upside down, dog, by
Yeah.
some random ass Charleston pills.
But you know that's where I get lost at in my dreams. You know
Shit.
where I'm over here actually, you know, in my mind telling myself that I have control, and then I still can't do anything. It's like in that world, I get all the control taken away from me.
Yeah.
And you know, I've like woken up a lot of times to like sleep paralysis, and then but actually seen something standing next to my bed. Or like this one time I was you know, at a friend's house spending the night. The person was next to me on the bed sleeping, and they were snoring. I was beside them, and I woke up like on my side, turned towards them. Okay, on my right side, on the left side, there was just nothing. It was just the edge of the bed. I was on the
Yeah.
edge. I wake up, and next thing I know, I just hear growling next to my head. And then I could hear that person snoring at the same time. So the thing that was craziest to me was that I was hearing a sound that was very real, that I knew was real.
Right.
At the exact same time, I'm hearing these like beasts growl in my ear.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I did not stay another night there again. But you know, but like stuff like that is what happens to me. You know,
Maybe she just had a dog.
No,
I'm
they
just
didn't.
fucking with you.
You know, and a lot of my stuff happens at like 4 a.m., which like I keep hearing both things between 3 and 4 a.m. Apparently, it's like the witching hour, stuff like that. Which
The
is
witching hour.
you know, and you know, like apparently,
3
where this world is most open to the other side and whatnot,
That's
and
crazy.
you know. And so, I mean, but that's when a lot of stuff happens. Like, I find myself waking up around that time a lot.
Very spiritual person.
You know, and
Maybe you're just a conduit.
I don't know.
that's what I'm thinking,
I
yeah.
mean, like, I have no
very
choice
spiritual
behind this stuff. I have actively tried to be like, please stay the hell away from me, whatever the heck it is. Like,
You gotta embrace it, man.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I had finally kind of realized was that I can't fight it, and whatever is fucking with me is gonna fuck with me if it wants to fuck with me. So
Let them write a song.
Right.
Dude, they are good. at that.
no, it's not. I've let them write one, and it was. I won't be released for a long time. Oh God, I was just,
Dude, well, whatever darkness is on that shit will put you to the top. I guarantee you that much.
Probably will.
I don't know, man.
Dude, listen, I've gone through a lot of what you're explaining. I'm not just saying that to be one of those like, oh, I know what you're
feel
saying,
you.
dude.
I
Like,
understand.
Yeah, I'm not saying
no,
it
I
like
get it.
that.
I get it.
I'm serious, man. Like, I'm very much a spiritual person, knowing that like there is something else, and I've feared all that stuff for a really long time. And dude, if you look in my room, there's faces all over the walls, all over everywhere. I've got beetles on this wall, beetles on that wall, and I've got individual little faces. I even got Hannibal Lecter's creepy ass staring at me while I'm sleeping.
Absolutely not.
But you know what I had to do that for? Is so that when I wake up in the middle of the night and see something there, I can just be like, close my eyes again and be like, it's just my posters.
Oh hell no, hell
It's just
no.
my posters. Because they're
Absolutely
all
not.
there's something I got written in my room that's so funny that I'll read it to you after we get done with this, and it'll freak you the fuck out. But there's always something there, no matter what. Don't look behind you because there's something there. The conspiracy theory podcast I was talking about earlier that I used to do, that was our sign off every single time. Don't look behind you. There's something there.
Jesus Christ.
Always.
Always.
If you live life like that,
It's gonna
it's
be
just
something,
easier.
yeah.
Because you know what? That demon that follows you around is going to be meaner than anything else that's going to bother you. And you know how to tame a demon is feed it. Sometimes you just got to feed your monsters, man. I've got so much music about that shit.
Hell, I mean, hey, you do what you got to do to get through.
Give it
you
the
know
true
what I'm
blood.
saying? You do what you got to do.
Give it the true
Yes,
blood.
sir.
Give it the true
Yes,
blood.
yes,
Not
sir.
the real deal. Give it the
Trying
true
to very
blood.
much stay away from that. That is, oh man, no, that gets me in bad spots. I used to feed that little
And
energy.
I'm not talking about it like you think I mean. I don't mean it like that. I don't mean actually give it something like put something in your body. I don't mean anything like that. I don't mean anything like that. I mean mentally feed it.
Be who you are.
Give it its attention. Because all they want is attention. They don't want the thing that you think they want. They want attention. That's all they want.
True.
And if you give them that, they become more like a pet.
Yeah, like you can tame it.
But a badass pet that'll creep everybody out. And I'm like I said, like just I wish you would have watched Harry Potter. There's so many great analogies I can make. Like, the trick to any beast is knowing how to calm it.
I'd rather have a dog.
But here's the thing. You don't sound like the kind of person who's going to have a dog following you around. but you said you've always. But your words, not
true,
mine.
Yeah.
You say like things follow you and stuff like that. Is that accurate?
Yeah,
It's true. It's true.
Me too, dude.
It's true.
Like I'm not just saying like me too. Dude, you gotta figure out what you gotta feed them. Sometimes you just gotta, and I don't mean in the way that you think. Like I mean like these, and the thing that you, the thing that you think might not be, it might be something that the monster is like saying you don't need to do this thing, and you just associate that thought with that monster because of that connection. You never know.
And then you, but I feel like you kind of already do it though, because calling yourself out in your music is kind of already giving it that attention.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're already at that point.
Your monster might already be working and you don't know it. Oh my!
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like those monsters I definitely like fight a lot with in my dreams. Like,
True.
I think that's why I don't have control there. I think it's because I actually am just fighting whatever is there all the time.
Oh, call a meeting.
He said call him.
Call a meeting.
But
Let's all get together real quick. Let me
Hold
discuss
on.
something real quick.
Let me get a lighter. Let's light these candles.
Let's have a discussion. A quick discussion.
I'm just kidding. Oh no. No, we're not going there.
Oh man.
I'll tell you where we have gone is we have gone to that hour and a half mark.
Hey,
Can you believe it?
No,
Discussions go
that long.
fast, man.
Hey, we still got 2 watching. Appreciate y'all watching.
Indeed. We talked at the beginning of the podcast that we were going to be dropping some music in here for y'all.
Yes, sir.
So the first song that we're going to do, and I'll tell you all this after. Well, the first song that we're going to do is going to, let me find there we go, is going to be called I Like the Way. Do you want to give any sort of an introduction on this at all?
All right. So, I talked about a whole lot of meaningful stuff at the beginning about behind my music and everything. Well, this one is really just for a good time. That was really all I was going for with this one. There's no real secret message behind this. You're going to hear a little bit maybe, but I listen to this song every morning to wake me up, get me moving, start my day. And so, I think it's something that a lot of people can relate to. So,
Enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. Here we go. By Cy Young, I Like the Way. Produced by, is that Noden? Noden? Noden?
Yeah.
Noden? I Like the Way. Cy Young. Well, in a second.
Can't stop thinking about this day. Just like the song. I'm on a date.
We're on a date.
With a girl named Jane.
That's me, I'm Jane.
She must be staring at my stain.
I totally am.
Get stains out of your clothes and out of your head with 10 times the cleaning power of Tide. If it's
They
got
should
to
be paying us
clean,
for this.
It's got
Yeah,
to
that's
be
what I'm
Tide.
saying. I'm missing out on money right now for that advertisement.
All right. So, once again, Cy Young, I Like the Way.
Hop off this blunt, you just got a little rhythm, but I need to see this what the booty
That's a vibe.
That's a
Hell
vibe.
yeah.
That's a vibe and a half.
Damn right. Let me see. Now we have we got one more we're gonna drop on here for you too.
Which one we say?
This one.
I did Payday. Should we do We Say?
I think we should do We Say, man.
You think so?
Yeah, I think you do We Say. We Say, baby.
Let's drop that on it then.
All right. Well, you want to give a little forward on this one?
We Say.
Yeah, so We Say was something that, whenever I finally got out of that slump that I was talking about earlier, this is kind of a song that came out of that, which was basically me really starting to take that responsibility a little bit of for my actions and stuff. And just saying all the time that we're okay, but we're not. And that's okay, but you got to realize it.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
Right. It's okay. It's okay to be not okay.
Exactly. And and I think that this is something just a lot of people can relate to.
Right.
But yeah.
All right. Well, shit. I can't get it. All right. There we go. All right. Once again, Cy Young, We Say. Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's clean as a whistle.
I'm telling you, man.
That's clean as a whistle.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Clean whistle. Very clean whistle.
But yeah.
Yeah, so that's good shit, man. That's really good shit.
I hope you could hear a little bit of the message through the music.
Absolutely.
A couple places.
And I also manage 2 other artists. One
Yes.
is a female that couldn't be here. Her name is Morgan. You can follow
She
her.
should have been here.
You can follow her at Ivy Music, whether that's I think it's both set with SoundCloud and Instagram, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Ivy Music, and she just released her first single. So, and also I do now manage Trippy Truth, the guy that was here with us before I managed him, and you already know what kind of music he puts out. So,
Holtz Claw.
yes, sir. So, everybody that I manage, you will hear the same kind of message from. So, all of the people that are making music in our little circle right now is making positive vibes. Good music and entertaining stuff,
At Big Biz Vinny.
Vinny Big Biz 843.
Yeah, Vinny Big Biz.
843.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I'd also like to.
All my artists' Instagrams are on my page too. So if you go to Vinny Big Biz 843 and you want to follow any other artists, it's right in my bio, honestly.
And it is on the screen if you're watching on YouTube right now. Also, at Sci2Fly.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
That's on Twitter and my Instagram.
Twitter,
So
Instagram, cool.
yeah. I would also like to just throw a little shout out real quick to Twin D First Century Studios
My man Twin.
for mastering and mixing the whole tape.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
I gotta show him some love because, he started with my first song with me, and I've just
sir.
been getting him to mix and master everything, and it comes out amazing every single time. He always puts his little touch on there, and it's beautiful. And so that's why I
appreciate you, my man.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you for that. But yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Well, good shit. Well, man, I'm glad to have you, man. I'm glad you.
Yeah, glad to be here for
Vinny,
sure.
glad you got up with me, man,
You
to
already
do
know,
this,
man.
dude. That's good shit, man.
Next time I'll be bringing my female artist down here. Hopefully she'll have some free time where she can come by and stop by and explain what she has going on.
That's cool, man.
She has a beautiful voice. Like she reminds me like a Lauryn Hill. You know what I mean? Like a Lauryn Hill kind of like an Indie Irie. Like a real soulful kind of singer.
Yeah.
So. And like I said, we like to bring that kind of music to the table. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
You can listen to and put your feelings into and understand.
And if you check the tape, I got a couple songs with her
With
on
her,
there.
yeah, she's actually on
there.
the
She's
tape,
actually
right?
also on the tape.
And you guys will be able to find that in the description of this episode. The
Yes.
link to the SoundCloud and also a link to the specific mixtape.
Yes, absolutely.
And the tape is only 8 songs.
8
so
songs.
it's not. It won't be a waste of your time. Trust me.
No,
You'll hear those 8 songs. Probably want to hear it all over again. Honestly,
Hell yeah.
you'll enjoy it.
It's good shit. I've heard it. We literally played most of it before,
before we started.
right before we got. Dude, it's fucking great, man.
Yeah.
I
It's good shit.
appreciate it for sure.
But yeah, man, good shit, man. Good luck. I hope it all works out, dude.
Thank you.
You sound like you're working hard at it. So
Oh, that's for sure.
You're on the right path.
Yes,
That's
sir.
for sure.
Yes,
For
sir.
sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And before you come in here, I want you to have at least one episode under your belt. Again.
I got you, man. I'm not going to come in here with that one.
Before you come in here again, I want you to have at least one episode of a podcast.
I got you.
If you hit me up, I'll be more than happy to help you get it uploaded and shit and
Let's
get it on
go,
iTunes
man.
and whatnot.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Dude,
Let's do it.
I'll help you. Whatever you need, I'll help you out.
We'll actually talk more about that after we're done.
Yeah, for sure. We'll do that here in just a second. So until then, all right. Please go to mistuffpodcast.com. Please go and follow the podcast everywhere there is things that can be followed. YouTube at YouTube Kelsey Hudgins. Subscribe to the channel there. Please subscribe to MI Stuff Podcast anywhere you are already listening to this podcast. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe and leave a review. Please, I don't care if you like it or if you don't. I don't care. Just leave a review. I don't care whether it's good or bad. Just leave a review. And also, do not forget to follow the guys at CYTOOFLY Sci2Fly on Instagram,
the one.
at Vinny Big Biz BIZ843. Also,
Yes,
that
sir.
is on Instagram and Twitter, or just Instagram?
Just Instagram.
Instagram there, but Instagram and Twitter for Sci.
Absolutely.
Please go to screwballwhiskey.com, SKREW Ball Whiskey, our fine sponsors out of the OB, California. We love the shit out of y'all. Screwball Whiskey, tomorrow's stories begin right here, SKREWBallwhiskey.com. Go check those guys out.
And if you guys are wondering what I was doing over here with this paperclip, I was making a heart.
Aww.
Love you guys. You guys be safe out there.
That's right.
Say that, bro. Hey, cut that.
Also-
Cut that.
Also, stay
Spread the
tuned.
love.
I will have another episode that'll be coming to you tomorrow night. That episode's probably going to be a solo talk, though. So I will be doing a pretty good bit of that stuff, and I will more than likely be going live as well for the show tomorrow at Liberty Tap Room. I usually like to go live for those gigs. So expect that. And I think that's all I got for you today. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you're listening to this podcast and you are a listener of this podcast, you are a member of the good people. Because that is what we are. We are good people.
Good people. Feels good.
To be a good people.
Damn right it does. Feels good to be a good people. So you are a good people. And in a world full of shitty people, don't be one of those people. Be a good person. Peace, bitches. Hang tight for just one more second there, YouTubers. Let's go ahead and get this intro down. But while we're still at it, and make sure, where are we coming?
Hardest shit I ever heard.
All right, hang tight for just a second. Let me do this intro thing here.
I might get some food after this.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first, live from the Screwball Whiskey Studios, SKREW Ball Whiskey. Screwball Whiskey, tomorrow's stories begin right here. Screwballwhiskey.com, SKREWBallwhiskey.com. Go check those guys out and go to your local liquor store and ask them for Screwball Whiskey. And if they don't have it, punch them in the motherfucking mouth. Don't do that. They tell them to order it and they will get it. It's available nationwide. Ask around and get you some peanut butter whiskey in your life. All right. So in this episode, my good buddy Vinny from the Trippy Gang himself brought in a new artist that he is managing because, of course, he's managing people now, right? That's how it is. Brother Cy Young in the house to talk about all kinds of good things that's going on in the world of his music. And just a random conversation outside of that, and it was a good talk. And you guys are in for a good little bit of content here. So I'm not going to give you any spoilers from it. I'll just listen and watch and find out what's going to happen. So yeah, do that. All right, follow them on the Instagram and the Twitter. Follow Cyrus at CYTOO. FLY, Cy2Fly on Twitter and Instagram, and follow Vinny at Vinny Big Biz, BIGBIZ 843, at Vinny Big Biz on Instagram, and at CYTOOFLY, Cy2Fly on Instagram and on Twitter. Follow those guys and stay up to date with everything they've got going on musically. There will be links in the description of this for the SoundCloud link and all of that stuff. So be sure to click around there and drop a follow on that. Also, please go to mistuffpodcast.com. And if you guys are enjoying the content and you want to help out financially, there's a tip jar there that you can utilize. It's not necessary, but it's certainly appreciated. Also, there are links to all of my music that I've recorded. There's links to the singles and where to download those and stuff like that in the About/music section. So be sure to do that. Also, please click subscribe on the YouTube channel. We're trying to get to 420 subscribers. That's our next threshold we're trying to reach, so help us get there. And click subscribe and share it around if you think that it's worth sharing. Do it anyway, whether you think it is or not. Please do that. Help us get to 420. Download on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, CastBox, anywhere podcasts are available, Podomatic. Download the podcast and subscribe and rate and review if you wouldn't mind. That would really help me out a lot. And going to be doing another episode tomorrow night, probably a solo talk. I will be going live for my show. I said all this stuff at the end, but just in case. What else do we got? Chase Lepard's going to be coming on the podcast soon. I'm waiting to hear back on exactly what date is going to be good for him. For those people who listen to the same kind of podcast that I listen to, the Kill Tonys and the Your Mom's House and Burt Cast and all those things like that. Chase makes content for all of those guys and runs the Comedy Content Collective. So be excited about that episode because it's going to be a fucking good one. Be excited for this episode you're about to hear because it's a fucking good one. you know what? I'm not going to hold you back anymore. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys get to it. So anyway, without further ado, episode number 185 of the MI Stuff Podcast. Enjoy, motherfuckers. All right, YouTubers and a world full of shitty people. Don't be one of those people. Be a good person. Peace, bitches.